You are it. Everything is watching and waiting for you to stand up and become the true you. And when you choose that, it's going to be a delayed reflection. And in that process, you're going to have to prove to yourself that you are actually embodying the real you instead of playing it safe. That's the requirement. You are it. It's slippery. Very few in what's considered to be the past have gotten to that place to comprehend what I just said. Not that it's me, it's not me, it's everybody. Because they are operating in the mechanism of the external. And they're making sense of things in categories outside of them. On a very subtle level, they're proving to the external world that they can play by the rules. We're not going to talk about conspiracy or any of the things that are making anyone feel frustrated or oppressed or scared or the world's going crazy or alternate political views or whatever. It's merely that it is you, and you haven't chosen to fully be you yet. That's it. And if you have, probably aren't looking at this. I didn't plan to say this today, but it's always the same message. Every story is the same story. Every conversation is the same conversation. Every interaction is the same interaction. Every embodiment is the same embodiment. Until that one scenario where I'm not doing that shit anymore. I'm being me, all the way me, the real me, here now, forever me. I'm swinging. I'm swinging in this life as this life flows through me. And therefore, the external will replicate what's inside as it always is, showing to the individual where the individual is, giving them glimpses of their past and their future. And yet, in truth, there is no past and future. And there is actually nothing to fear except for a life of avoiding your hidden inner fears, which is what you're here to address. And by addressing them and accepting them and letting them go, you then have the opportunity to forgive and grow. And through that process, you're overcoming whatever it is that's holding you down. And none of it is ever external, it's always internal. It's always here. It's already programmed. It's already written. It's just that you haven't decided to also take the pen and begin to write on top of what is written, to fill in the lines, to write the story in expansion. You must expand your belief structure. You must, for yourself, begin to believe in yourself. You must realize that every single subtlety in every manner and every tick of every frame and all motion pictures and all imagery and all perception and all story is a story. Everything is a story. Everything is a story. Everything. this, this, this. Everything is a story. It's the fabric. And how you process your growth continues to proliferate what is then written as story reflected to you. And because this sounds so fucking weird and so odd, although look at me. Look at me. This is not a crazy guy at all. You can tell that. But it's a guy that walks that line, knowing where he's going, knowing what he's doing, knowing what's on both sides of it, intentionally, with attentiveness. Requirement is for the individual to perceive itself. The fear is to be left alone and lost. So most are not perceiving accurately the external because they're holding on internally to what I describe as ropes. And those ropes in the very closeness are keeping them attached to what is safe. And if you look closely at this place, this reality of duality, safe is a cousin to fear. The requirement for safety keeps the fear close. And they get very used to being in a constant feedback loop, a repetition of fear. And because no one else is addressing that, they refuse to address it because it seems crazy making. And yet every hero in every story goes through that process of falling into the tar pit, being alone, having to crawl out themselves, having to come to grips with themselves, having to see this place in the new light, and then being strong enough to push through any false boundaries of fear. That's what it's always about. And the external fears are only pointing back to your internal fears. You are it. You are it. You are it. It is fucking you. You are it. It's not fake it till you make it. It's not things are happening for you. Like, yeah, to a certain degree, but that's very surface. What I'm saying is, you are it. You are the power of it. The only it is powered by you. And if you're perceiving the world in a very rational, logical, dense manner, if you're perceiving the world through a structure of anything that's been handed to you externally, if you're not training yourself to start with your heart, then your mind is not even really your mind. And you're not your mind. It's a tool. It's a wonderful tool. But your mind is the mind of the collective, the all, the higher mind. And so you have no sovereignty over anything. And because everyone around you has no sovereignty, you perceive that you're doing it correctly. And maybe you are doing it correctly for your journey. This isn't a judgment. But for some reason, I'm meant to tell some truth on some level. And yet truth itself is also moving. History is not fixed. Nothing is fixed. Everything is always changing. Everything is situational. Love and loyalty is all that matters. I have a lot more to say, but sometimes it's good to just say the fucking truth right there, right at you. I'm just talking to me right now, so it's me talking to me. Just say the fucking truth right there. It is you. It is you. It is you. It is you. And you think it's not because it seems scary. That's what it is. It seems like throw out non-duality, throw out spirituality, throw out religion, throw out government, throw out politics, throw out friends, throw out everything that you think and you identify with. Throw out any social order, any manipulation, any fear, whatever. What it really is that you don't want it to be you. You don't want it to be fully up to you. It's not some man, you know, fucking pick up your bootstraps and grind through the mud. Like I'm kind of like that, but also it's not some woman like things are unfair and yet I overachieve and I should be more embraced. It's not that this life is unfair, that good things happen to bad or bad things happen to good people. It's all that's all surface. It's that you are that same power of divine limitless spirit energy core creation and that you are not your body and this body is a gift and everything is fractal and everything is flow on all levels. And yet you still, no matter what you learn or how you perceive, you still keep identifying with looking at something outside of you, giving you some permission and some power somehow. It's not fucking there. There is no outside of you. It doesn't exist that way. This place is a consciousness. Consciousness is not everything. It just seems like it's everything in this place. Everything is of layers. You perceive to the state of your frequency. You perceive, you see what you literally believe at your most core level. And if you haven't changed your most core, I'm not saying limiting beliefs, your most core beliefs. Limiting beliefs are around that. Your most core beliefs, what's written for you that you must address here. If you haven't changed that and expanded that, you will not see it. This will make no sense to you. If one human, not human, divine limitless spirit energy, if one awareness, because that's what it really is, perceives this and has any resonance of it, because all communication is an attempt to share resonance. Letters, words do not do it justice. Sometimes they can land, but mostly they're getting in the way and limiting. I don't care what language it is. Some are better than others, but I don't care. Numbers don't fucking do it. I don't care what science and math tell you. They're not creating anything. They're attempting to explain what's already occurring. Symbols are close, but they're not doing it either. They're just a remembering and a pointing at. Numbers represent letter, letter represents symbol, symbol represents intent. Intent is not it, intent is a part of it. Intent represents resonance. Resonance is it. And resonance is not mind. Resonance is in partnership with consciousness, but it's not fully fledged and serving consciousness. Resonance is of self. Resonance is expansion of core vibration. It's like resonance doesn't create frequency. Vibration doesn't create frequency. Frequency already exists as the flowing, let's say, etheric plasma energy, but the flowing opportunity for everything to be there. All frequency is already there. If you're anything, you're music. And music curates and creates light. The vibration curates which and how and when the flow of frequency that you're adapting to. And then that communicates to your resonance. And your resonance is your state of being. Your resonance is what you're always attempting to communicate to everyone else in every way, consciously and unconsciously. And your subconscious is what projects out what you've received, what your core vibration is allowing, what your external resonance is allowing in time bends around your resonance. It's the circumference of your resonance. Most cannot comprehend that because their entire package is serving a greater resonance, which is the collective, and a greater resonance, which is the consciousness of this actual place. Yet this place is, it's not a mind, but it's just easier to perceive that way. It functions similar to a consciousness, a mind, a body, just as you are here, and not all of you is here, and it's not a fractal piece of you that's here. It's not a mini me that's here. It's a sliver of a flow. Because if all of you was here, it wouldn't work. The illusion of density and the feedback loop, it would be, you would never get caught in it. If you're seeing this, you comprehend what getting caught in it feels like. And you comprehend the availability of coming to these little moments of awareness, these little moments of the pockets of epiphany. That there's something more, that you can kind of see past the veil. Like, what in the fuck is really occurring? What's occurring is you're becoming aware of yourself while simultaneously operating within a feedback loop of density as body and nature. And everything is actually occurring for you, but if you're not directing you, then you're either not going to be aware of it or it's not going to feel like it's good. There's also rhythm. And so sometimes it feels like we have all this information and we want to manifest or we want to do certain things of a certain order and make it happen now. But we're perceiving a very, very small sliver based on how we feel now in this embodiment. So we're just seeing like this little thing when it's everything. And so we get our feelings and mostly our emotions. So feelings are present, emotions past and future. Messages, they're all messages. So they're supposed to be heard, but they're not supposed to operate the entirety of us. But we have very little conscious separation from feelings and emotions to our actual actions. So feelings and emotions tend to persuade us a little bit more than they should, even though they're wonderful messengers. So we're not fully separating from the occurrence here. And by not fully separating from the occurrence here, we are then immersed within it. And then it is a constant feedback loop that the feedback loop is basically running the show. And from that scenario, we are operating almost entirely unconsciously, and that's why there's a requirement for us to serve the collective the collective consciousness. But that collective is also doing the same thing, so that's operating unconsciously. And that's where programming comes in, because it's easier to program a bunch with bigger illusions, because everybody accepts it at once, and there's like a morphic field, an etheric plasma field of how everything's actually like gooey functioning. They're sending information to each other, and everybody's accepting what it's receiving, whether they know it or not, and then projecting it back out. So we're seeing what's being imprinted into us. We must separate to see in this odd time between times. The individual has the opportunity to pull back. And that might feel like life falls apart. It might feel like you've learned so much and you want things to change so drastically and so quickly, but the reality is your resonance is not strong enough. It's still wonky. And that's okay. And there's operation of rhythm. And so if you think you're getting what you want to get when you're here, well, there's going to be a rhythm. And have you mastered the pendulum? Have you mastered the polarities of non-resistance and non-reaction? Can somebody run up on you and do some things that are super, super not cool? and it doesn't ruin your day or your week or doesn't turn into an emotional message that you replay a bunch. How much do you serve a collective that is basically eating the energy of the divine limitless spirit energy of you? And there's nothing good or bad about the collective. It's a function of life. Everybody's serving each other. But if you feel that it's your time to be you and you're serving a collective, that it doesn't feel like it's actually serving you either, and that you can do more for this life, well, then you must separate to be able to see what it is that you can be. And then once you've grown yourself, guide others or guide the collective. If you just stay in what feels like imprisoned, well, that's life telling you, like, here, it's rhythmic, but I'm giving you a message. Now, how are you going to appropriately discern and act, starting with your heart and then controlling your mind on your heart and then operating your body in control, listening to your mind as your mind listens to your heart? What are you going to do to figure out what to do to get yourself in the next place? And we're trained to look at everything through, okay, it's physical first and then mental, or it's mental first and then physical. No, it's not metaphysics. It's not physics. It's not science. It's not any of this shit. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not hard work. It's not no work. It is you. It's getting back to you. It is having the competence, the coolness, the calmness, the truth, the confidence of you, who you are, what you are. All of this, every word, all the Anunnaki, every ancient script, everything that could ever be in any level of anything, all law, all Bible, all religion, all sages, everything is a story of here-ness. It's all a story of here, pointing you at something. What it's pointing you at is what you are. You can't not be what you are. You already are it. I'm a little pumped up. You already are it. But you constantly are holding on to stories that are written and simultaneously writing stories with your divine attention that you aren't fucking it. So you're giving your energy to everything that's in this place is going, okay, 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 okay. And it's not consciously doing it. It's just doing what it's supposed to do. And everyone's on different layers. No one's seeing the same thing. It's like a little bit crazy making when people dive into the nuance of like everybody's in their own world and everything is fluid and fractal and flow. But it's also extremely liberating. Now, what are you going to do with that liberation? Anything you do with that liberation that immediately goes external again, you're still playing that same trick in yourself. You're just playing it from a level of gratitude for being aware that you aren't a little stuck unconscious being as you perceive your former self. You just if it's audience, actor, author, aware, you're just portraying it from not the audience but the actor level. You haven't actually begun to write and dictate and control your body to serve the mind and the mind to serve the heart purely. That's when you're the author. And when you're the author, then you're also operating as heart first, mind, body. So you're also simultaneously operating as actor serving the author and audience serving the actor. Not good or bad. all simultaneously. And then you can fully develop yourself and become the aware at the same time, all four stages, all four states. As you do that, you begin to be more and more free of constantly feeding yourself back into the fear that you're not enough here. Therefore, you get closer and closer and closer to living an embodiment of this realization that it is you. It's not putting extra responsibility on yourself. That's a tangible, fearful feeling if you pay attention to it. It's fully, courageously past all fear, no matter what, accepting it all, addressing it, embracing it, forgiving it, loving it. Truly diving into the fact that you, no matter what, are all of it. You are it. You are the energy that this place has the availability to function based on its presence. You are the presence that makes everything function. You are the energy of what's considered to be God. You are the message of all the sages. You are the awareness. You are the love. You are the pure love. You are singular one love. And if there's anything in you that says, but how do I pay my bills? That's okay. I'm not saying be what's considered to be irresponsible. I'm saying as much truth as I can here and now. It is you. Everything is you. You are it. The is, the now, the Tao, the way, the Buddha, the Christ, Zoroaster, Mithra, the stars, the beyond. What you pay attention to grows. It's impossible for you to be lost or weak. But that too may be a story that we must go through in a rhythmic pattern. And there's no ism and no itty and no congregation and no blessing. That can keep you from being what you already are, which is it. You are perfect. You are divine, limitless spirit energy, and everything is watching where you place your internal first and then external energy, your divine attention. And if you're placing your attention internally on whatever's flowing into your little mind from the greater mind, and you're expecting or you're feeling that those are thoughts, when it's just a flow of information, and that you're not first controlling your mind to listen to your heart, which is the portal, the prism of your soul. Well, then you're holding you have one foot on concrete and one foot in quicksand, and you're pretending that you're living in harmony with nature. Lots of times individuals begin to awaken or have awakened, but they're still operating within a mechanism that they don't enjoy, which is the external social order or the collective unconscious, or this odd intensity of programming this time between times. They become very double minded, double thinking, double speaking. and a house divided cannot stand. I sometimes I write stuff, and I wasn't planning on reading this, but it's just popping up. Sometimes I write stuff and I forget about it, and I come back to it later. I was gonna have a meeting and read this to somebody, but maybe I'll read it here. I don't remember when I wrote this. I don't remember why I wrote it. You came here to do something, to become something. Then you learn to fit in to everyone who is unknowingly middling themselves. You found a way that was paved to move up in the world, to be of value to your friends, family, employer, society. Slowly, the routine became you, and you forgot who you were. Then came a point of clarity, a moment of abrupt awareness, a vigorous sight of the mundane, of what is the you now. The new you fuels the machine. It has been so long since the original you has been seen. The fog of the mirror forgot the reflection it once gleaned. Most assume what they see is true, but deep inside you, you know there is more that you came to do. The real you is waiting, watching, allowing you to go blind and live a safe little lie until the opportunity arises where you must grow or die. You see, there is no death, merely opportunities before. Death represents a life of wanting no more. If you choose beyond what you see, if you face what you came to be, if you stride slowly toward your fear without looking back, if you choose your heart's mission even when you collapse, you will find that it's always been here, not near, not there, but inside each breath when you are perfectly still. If you come to this place and you choose the matrix again, you are living in sin as ignorance, my friend. Yet between every breath and the twinkle of each star, the opportunity shines, for it is always time to remember who you are. Be who you came to be who you came here to be. Love and free. Live right now. Allow yourself to become complete. As far as you can sit within is as deep as the external will speak to you on your path. As deep as your roots grow through hell is as high and wide that your branches will expand in heaven. That which you are running from is that which you must address. What you pay attention to grows, both in the physical light reflection, external reality here, plus also in the self toroid here, your energy flow of the real you, the, the self here. The energy that is paid attention to by the divine limitless spirit energy, whether they know it or not, is boosted and grows because of their attention, plus grows in their vortex field, affecting their resonance. You are God. It can only be. But you are not anyone else's God. They are as well. And everyone is on an individual journey, and there is no right and wrong. There's no better and worse. There is no running around trying to wake everybody up. That's not what this is for. This is basically, I guess, for me. I'm incredibly blessed in every moment to have the opportunity to even perceive a possibility of living in harmony as density. See, there is no death, merely opportunities before. We live in a divine embodiment. And nearly everyone is operating based on the external mechanism telling them, not that there's this outside thing saying, we're trying to scare you. It's showing them what they've allowed themselves to perceive based on their core belief structure. And so they make their belief structure tinier and tinier. If they found the courage to just go inside themselves and sit and then open it up, the external reflection would begin to reflect differently and offer them more opportunity to see more fears. And the more fears we see internally, the more we can address and let go. It's a continual process of that. That's the process of life's flow. The more that one perceives and addresses, watches externally, but addresses internally, the more we train ourselves to operate in that mechanism, the more the limitless nature of self is allowed to embody here. What's considered to be your greater self, your higher self, your real, you know, wonderful spirit man or woman. You have the opportunity to grow your resonance and open yourself up to such a degree that more of what's considered to be higher energies or the real you or love can flow into your vessel, and less of your self-limiting fears that are stagnant here are holding on the ropes that are controlling what's available. And then a greater flow enters you, and you naturally become less and less scared. You naturally become more and more empowered. You become good at shit that seems like was so far outside your ballpark previously that you wouldn't even acknowledge the opportunity for. And then when you do acknowledge these things when you're growing, it is effortless. It's like when we get into a flow state, you can't speak about being in the flow state because then the awareness that allows for the flow state to open and come through, the awareness changes and looks at the fact, oh, we're in a flow state, check mark, and the flow state kind of dissipates. The flow state's only there when you're paying attention to something in the proper order. That you're operating from your heart first, and then your mind, and then your body, and things all of a sudden in that manner just line up, alignment. And then that flow that's always here occurs. Your inner vibration matches it. The frequency's already here. But then whenever we pay attention to, okay, we're in full state, then that vibration. Oh, how am I going to control it? Well, you only got there by not trying to control it, by opening yourself up. So you're doing a different thing now. Everything's always changing. Everything's situational. What you must do is sit. What everyone must do is sit. Stop serving a thing externally that's giving you all the information that you're choosing. Go inside and allow yourself to perceive what is it that's actually truly in me. And the second you go and shut it all down, your little mind is going to show you everything that you've been absorbing. Not just screens, but all the external fears and all the ways we hide from our internal fears. But that's what you're here to do. You sit and you look at everything inside you and you just start to let it go. And start to let it go. And start to let it go. The best process I know is forgiveness. You forgive everything, you forgive everyone, and you forgive yourself. I'm not above or below anyone or anything. But I'm also not guessing. I know how it sounds. That's how it's coming out. You must sit with yourself. You must stop taking in so much information. You must remember who you are. And then you must train yourself to let go of all these internal ropes. Then you begin to address your internal fears one by one and expand your belief structure. Slowly, you're not dominating this place, but you become more and more in control of yourself. Not in a rigid, overly disciplined way, but in a manner that you allow yourself to become the one that you were meant to be. And the only reason you're not, if you're not, is because you're not allowing it, because you're holding on to the external. Love yourself. See how it feels to look at yourself and say, I love you. I love you, Judd. And I love you. Truly. You don't have to put on a show. You don't have to be anything for anybody in any level. But you'll never, ever, ever hide from yourself. And if you're honest, you can feel that there's something else there, some greater intelligence there. Say God, or what I call singular one love, or a representation of Divine Mother, or the beyond, or your soul, your greater self, whatever. But there's something else there. And it doesn't mean naysay like science and math or language or anything I was saying before. It just means put it in perspective with what you are. Attempt to go within yourself and ask yourself for the true clarity of one thing at a time, and you will see if you truly, truly, truly have that desire and you're courageous enough to really just do it with yourself. You open up and then you let it go. And you go into that open space of no mindness, still being open. You just go for a walk in your yard, and that thing will pop in. Sometimes it pops in around the same places that you go. And what's happening there? If you allow yourself to go through that process, do it. Don't judge it. Just fucking do it. And you'll see. You can't remember a word or like a scenario. What was I gonna say? And you say, all right, give it to me. Remind me what it was. Provide me with the clarity. I love you. Bless me. Bless you. Thank you. Open yourself up to it and let it go. And it will pop back in. What is that? What created the brain? You ever notice that everything that humanity has ever created has been a mimic of something that they received from the body or nature or the stars? Has that ever occurred to you? Science is a replay of alchemy. Numbers are derivatives of attempting to calculate stars. Time is based on distances. And yet, what's considered to be time is actually bending around you. It's the rings of Saturn. And you are Saturn. It's all the story of you. It's all the same story. There's only one story. It's the story of your growth, of you falling down, of you waking up, of you going mad, of you realizing, no, I never was, of you becoming responsible for not just paying your bills, but your actual spiritual development, your real life, of you coming to another realization that life is not something that I'm playing the game of. I'm not winning the game of life. Life is playing the game of me. Life flow is here. It's divine. And it's playing the game that I'm allowing it to play, showing it back to me. But I'm caught in a smallness. I'm in a perception that this place is big and I'm small, so I'm always in the audience state. But if I flip myself out of the audience state with fucking courage and attempt to become the actor, okay, well, things get different. But almost everybody's either audience or actor. If you find the courage to go from actor to author, immediately limitless. Everything is limitless. But you can't hear the words. You can't absorb anything. It's the music that's inside you that you must do. And then don't get stuck at the author. The real you lives as the aware, just laying latent within, waiting for you. So when is it that you're going to become the real you? Not really even become, unfold. When is it that you're going to muster up the courage to stop serving everything that's actually serving you? Everything's serving you. Everything's a mirror of you. Or not a mirror, a delayed reflection. Everything is serving the allowance of your hidden, fearful expectations internally that you're here to address. And all of a sudden, life gets so slippery. Almost too much. You got nobody to talk to. Well, maybe that's part of the rhythm. And in this course of life, you're not supposed to have anybody to talk to when you're in that place so that you can perceive clearly, or else you'll be double minded. Maybe you're supposed to unfold and unfold and unfold until that lily pad is wide enough that you can actually stand on it, and then it floats you to firm ground, and you have solid, firm Mother Earth ground standing next to the flowing water, and then you can become something, a tree that blossoms. And you can become big enough that you can give value to others. But while you're in this morphing seedling true leaf going into an adolescent stage, you're not meant to be coagulating with everyone else that doesn't have it figured out yet. If you made the decision to grow you internally, it's going to be weird because it's a lonely journey until it's not. It's not forever. Nothing is forever. Everything is infinite, but nothing is forever. Love and loyalty is all that matters. Everything is situational and everything's always changing. You are perfect. It is you. You are it. Everything that occurs, everything that is life flow, everything beyond this, everything in embodiment, everything externalized from embodiment, everything beyond what this life flow is, this place, this collective, this you, none of it is permanent and it is all you. It is you. It is perfect. Its true essence is of singular one love. There's nothing that is not the essence of what's considered to be God, the real creation principle. Everything is created and curated through open feminine space of attention, through masculine spark energy of intention as vibration, the two accepting each other and coming together as a dot and a circle, then become friction. That friction of the cymatics creates sound, releases light. There becomes the third thing. That's the process of how everything is etherically, mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally created. That's the three-step creative generative principle that I perceive life through. My filter is wisdom and love because I consciously chose that. The real me is perfect. The embodied me does weird shit all the time. I'm still learning. That's part of it. But I know with absolute certainty that it is you. It is you. It is you. It is you. It is always you. It can't be anything else. You are perfect on every level. There is no good and bad if you back up far enough. And if you have some feelings about this, or if some like triggering is occurring, that's a blessing. And where do your feelings derive from? Where in you? Is it your fascia? Is it your electromagnetic organism? Is it your heart? Like, where is it? What's occurring? Is it your brain? It's all your brain, right? Says who? Somebody in the textbook? What the fuck is going on? How are you a being that has feelings? Start there. Astral projection is not going to answer all your questions. You must just sit by yourself and continue to allow a letting go. Forgive everything, forgive everyone, forgive yourself. Things will appear. Address them, forgive them, not passively, not aggressively, selectively. You are the one. It can be no other way. You're the greatest thing there's ever been. And I know that you know it. I know that you're scared of it. I know that you feel the love inside you that no one wants to talk about because they don't want to be crazy because everybody's holding on to the ropes of fear. But it just may be that maybe you're the only one here. Primum Voltus Interiorum. I love you.